Well, Linux fans, we've got an updated browser in town. It's Firefox 54. So, pretty bold claims here. It's the fastest, most stable Firefox ever, and they claim it strikes just the right balance between performance and memory use. So, what's new? They've added support for multiple content processes, which would speed up Firefox, especially with multiple tabs. Also, they've added Burmese language and simplified the download button as well as the download status panel and added various security fixes. Now, if you dig in deep and you start reading, you'll see memory test and things like that for the new Firefox. They claim the speed is up and the memory usage is down. Now, I, for one, do not use Firefox typically. I think it's a perfectly capable browser. However, I gravitate towards Chromium and Opera. But I want to throw in that there are, in the Linux world especially, there are a multitude of browsers coming on the scene that are both very light and fast. So stiff competition for Firefox and stiff competition, let's face it, for Chromium and Opera as well. But I picked these three because I want to do a comparo and really kind of see non-scientifically, I guess, how Firefox fares, especially the new 54 release. So, all right, let me jump over here first. We'll go to About, just to point out that this is version 54, 64-bit, running on a fresh install of Antergos KDE Plasma. So here's what I thought we would do first. First, I just want to launch each of the browsers. We'll take a look at the version number, but let's just kind of non-scientifically launch it, look at it, and see how long it takes to load. Now, I haven't added plugins or changed any of the default settings in any of the browsers, except for I set the start page as DuckDuckGo on each of the browsers. I want to keep this as even as we possibly can here as we go through our non-scientific, non-engineered test. Also, I want to follow this with loading a specific page that I haven't loaded before so that it's not cached, and we'll actually use the second hand on the clock widget here to see how fast each browser loads that specific page. And then lastly, we're going to use CaseGuard and take a look at how much memory usage is in play for each of the browsers. All right, first, non-scientific test of just launching the browser into the DuckDuckGo page. All right, so that launched into a window pretty fast. Let's do that again, maximized window. All right, fast enough. Next up, Firefox. Now that seemed just slightly slower, just a slight pause slower there, but again, this is non-scientific. And again, that's in a window. Actually, that's USA Today, which I had earlier. One of the things that Opera does is it loads the last page you had open. So we're going to change that back to DuckDuckGo. If I could type this evening. All right, let's keep that at DuckDuckGo. Let's close that out, and let's try this one more time. All right, fast enough. So again, I mean, you know, they all launch fast. It did seem like Firefox was just a tick behind. But let's move on. All right, so next up, we're going to load a page again that I haven't loaded yet on any of the browsers. And again, I don't have anything turned on. There are no extensions in place, no VPNs, nothing. It's just default settings with each browser. All right, so for Chromium here, let's go in and take a look. And it's a little unfair probably for Chromium because this is the developer build. This is version 59. All right, we're going to load, what we're going to do here, we're going to go into a window. We're going to load Linux Today for the first time. And we'll wait till our second hand gets down here to the half-hour mark. Got our spinning wheel. So about 5.5, 6 seconds for Chromium. So next up, we'll do the same with Firefox. Put that in a window here. And we'll go ahead and copy that so that I'll have it ready. And let's go ahead and wait till the quarter mark there, and I'll hit enter. That was about 8 seconds. 7.5 to 8 seconds. So a little slower than Chromium. And next up, Opera. We'll do the same there. Let's move this over. And we'll wait for that to get up there. Since I just missed it, we'll wait for that to get up there to the mark. That looked to be about 6.5 seconds. So based on that non-scientific, just following the second hand there, it looks like the load winner, or the speed load winner for Linux today, is Chromium, followed by Opera, and a very close third with Firefox. Now we could probably go through that test again with another page that hasn't been loaded before, but for the sake of time, I'm going to move on. Next up, we'll take a look at CaseGuard. So first, what we'll do is we'll launch into Chromium, and that's going to default again to the DuckDuckGo page. And if we slide this down, we'll see that we're using 52. We'll give it a second to kind of smooth out. All right, it jumped up to 56. 57. Give it just a sec here. So let's call that 57. Next up, Firefox. Again, on the DuckDuckGo page, and we're already at 139 there, 166. Okay, back down here to 132. We'll give it a second to smooth out. Okay, 130, we'll call that, all right, 129, 123, so it's actually dropping down pretty rapidly. I want to be fair here, so let's call that 122. Much higher than Chromium. And then last but not least, again, Opera. $30,760. Hovering around, okay, jumped up to 33,000 K there. Give it a sec. All right, we'll call that 33,000. So it looks like in terms of memory usage, Opera is the clear winner there. A little bit unfair to Chromium in that it's a developer build, so it may fare well with a different version. Let's go ahead and open all three and minimize those. And we'll just take a look at all three opened up together here. So we have, now this is still running, okay, so I got to remember that. Opera always runs the last page you had loaded, unless you go in and change the setting. Let's take that back to DuckDuckGo. Alright, so with all three open, we see that Opera's using around 34,000 K, 124,000 for Firefox, and right around 50 for Chromium. So definitely the clear winner as far as memory usage, according to CaseGuard here. You're looking at Opera for the clear winner in memory usage, followed by Chromium, and then Firefox, which is 3 to 4 times faster. Well, in some cases, yeah, 4 times faster than Opera. So big difference there, and that's actually very surprising. The other thing you'll notice here, you'll see every now and then a blip of CPU usage, and you'll notice that Opera's coming in 1 to 2, same with Chromium 1 to 2. I've actually seen Firefox jump up 3 to 4 when you see it pop up there. So very interesting. Oh, there we go, 6% with Chromium and now 1, so it's going to make a liar out of me. But again, still, on the memory usage, the clear winner there is Opera. Now again, unfair to Chromium in that I've got a developer version going here. So again, not scientific, not conclusive. They are all three perfectly capable browsers. There are many other factors that go into play when you're choosing a browser. Now with Firefox, there are lots of plugins and things there that have been supported for a long time, and I know that many of you out there absolutely love you some Firefox. So the speed improvements, the memory usage improvements, certainly a good thing for Firefox 54. Would it make it king of the hill? Not in my opinion. I think Chromium and Opera still stand out for me, and I know for many of you there are many other browsers such as Vivaldi, for example, that are coming on the scene. Pale Moon, browsers I've never heard of seem to be popping up everywhere that give us Linux users lots of choice in the browser world. So, but nevertheless, always good to see improvements. So I wish the best for Firefox and Mozilla there as far as future developments, because with that stiff competition, you got to be on top of your game. So any improvements in speed and memory usage are certainly a good thing. Thought this would be kind of interesting. It was certainly fun to do, so hope it helps, and we will check you later. Thanks for watching.